What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end. You'll be seeing everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of memberships: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month, we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show. Come on, you Spurs. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another post-match fan show. Finally, a win to talk about as Spurs won 3-0 against Leeds. Leeds probably created to a lot of their downfall today. Do you believe that?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Look at the part where they were passing in their own defensive third. They've contributed massively to their own downfall. So I think we did well to create the chances we did. I'm happy that we made Leeds pay for those mistakes, but other teams are not going to be as generous as Leeds were, because Leeds were very, very generous today. And I think, we deserved the win. I think we created better chances, but I think Leeds, just like they've done against Leicester, against Man United, against Liverpool, they give up a very good, presentable chances. So I think it won't be as easy in other games than it was today.
Let's get Grandpa on. Let's start getting some opinions. Grandpa.
Hi.
Hi, Grandpa.
How you doing? Here I am.
Here you are.
We are Tottenham TV fleece, as always.
What did you think about the game today, Grandpa?
How are you? I thought it was a great game because it was, two completely different styles, and that much more interesting. And it meant we had to fight harder. I think we had most shots. I think it was, it was a good game. My son was by miles the man of the match. I mean, I don't know what the pundits are saying, but he really was good. I gave him 5 out of 5 in my marking system that I use now.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Kane 3 out of 5. Dyer 3 out of 5. Holbier maybe 4 out of 5. I think they were. And Dombele really is amazing. I mean, he falls over all the time, but he still gets the ball. He's just an incredible player, and it was good. It was a good game from that point of view. I'm a bit concerned that he didn't take Kane and Son off. I mean, it was quite clear at the last game against Wolves, where I don't think I was online then, but against Wolves, it was quite clear that they were tired. And we know now he was waking up in the middle of the night with his new baby, but they were both tired. Too much football, and they needed, they shouldn't actually even play, or if they did, they should have only played half the time. And I think this time they should have 60 minutes. He should have taken both them off. He took Kane off towards the end, but I think, I think he just thinks all the time about our losing 3 goals against West Ham, and he's a bit frightened to do it. But he's got to think about, there's so many matches coming up. He's got to think about saving them or playing them for half a match on each. That's the way to do it, and that's what I think he should have done this time. Yeah. But otherwise, it was a great match. Some great moves, some great football, and I agree with you. Their passing was poor. They were too busy trying to actually pass properly, and they were giving us openings all the time. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it, even sitting here on my own.
It was nice. Yeah, it was nice to see a bit more open game, wasn't it, than what's the past few games been with Spurs involved. But yeah, so do you think the fact that Leeds, their passing was so poor, was that more of a contributing factor for Spurs winning the game, or do you think we do, from our own right, we deserve the win?
I think in our own right, we deserve the win. I mean, that helped us, but we had to defend well. They were coming, particularly in the first half. I mean, they were coming forward very fast and getting behind our backs, but we were up to it. As I say, Holbier and Dyer at the back there really was keeping them out, and as usual, Kane and Son were back in defence very quickly, but they were getting 7 men forward so fast, and they were having a few shots, but they weren't. I think they had just a few less shots than us, but of course they were not many on target.
Yeah, we had better quality shots. I want to touch on something a bit unfortunately a bit negative, but I want to get your opinion on it. Unfortunately, before the game, it was a bit marred by a couple of, more in particular, Lamela, Reguilon, and Lo Celso being pictured in a Christmas party with 18 people together. And you got something stuck in your teeth there. They were pictured together, and obviously they were out of the squad today. Lo Celso, Lamela, and Reguilon. How frustrating is it for you as someone who's been isolating a lot, and who have family members like us who've been isolating, and apparently they've tested positive now for COVID-19? How frustrating is that situation for you to see?
I think what somebody was saying about people that are doing this, that they've got blood on their hands. Yeah. Because they're just, they should be the models of running the rules properly. People look up to them, and the more that they do that, everybody else thinks it's right. So I think it was terrible and really despicable, and they should be very highly fined. It's a shame that can affect us, but it affects but worse than that, it affects everybody. And I think it's so important that people at least stick to the rules. And I don't understand it, because I think there must be double rules, because I thought before every match they isolated for a week. They were in a bubble, and so they must have broken the country rules as well as whatever the rules are for Spurs. And I think it was bad. I couldn't understand why. I think it was Regular was on the bench, and he should have been isolated. So I don't understand that.
I don't understand it as well.
It's not been confirmed whether they were positive or not. That's just Duncan Castle has said they are.
As well, Grandpa, a West Ham player, Manuel Lanzini, was part of the group, and he played yesterday for West Ham.
Oh, right.
So I just don't get the whole thing. It's a bit confusing, the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just a shame.
Yeah.
It's marred the game a bit, because it's people a bit rightly angry about the whole situation, about them getting together, and also the stupidity of doing that and then posting it on social media so brazenly, as if it's so obviously that they've done nothing wrong. Like, they're openly flouting the rules, and everyone's trying so hard to kind of minimise the cases, and Premier League clubs are throughout the country are breaking out in outbreaks. You got Man City, you got Fulham, Sheffield United, all having outbreaks, and we're trying so hard, everyone, to kind of the Premier League as well. Clubs are trying hard to keep it going, but if players are so flagrantly flouting the rules, football's going to have to stop at this rate, and it's the players' fault and no one else.
I agree. They should be absolutely careful, and to do that, it's better. What about the rest of the players now? If they are carrying virus in some way, and they can test, they might not be positive. Even if they're not positive, they still may have it, and that's why they should be isolating. Well, they shouldn't even have been doing it. So I don't know what the answer is. I mean, I suspect they'll be heavily fined by Spurs.
Well, they made a statement saying the matter will be dealt with internally, and they strongly condemn the three players for their actions.
And they didn't apologize, They didn't give an apology.
Spurs didn't apologize. They said they strongly condemn the players' actions, and they're gonna deal with the matter internally.
We haven't heard from the actual individuals yet.
Anyway, what's our next match?
We got a semi-final to think about. Brentford on Tuesday night.
All right.
So that's a big one.
So chance to get into the final. Brentford,
do you think we'll play a strong team?
We have to. It's a semi-final.
Of course we will. We'll definitely play a strong team. Definitely.
I'm certain of that. Why I say Kane and Son should have been rested for half the match.
Yeah, I agree with you, Grandpa. I think the changes took too long for Jose to change it up.
Yeah.
But anyway,
they didn't. Son. Anyway, you've got lots of people waiting. So,
Grandpa,
Happy New Year
coming on as always. Happy New Year to you,
Grandpa.
Happy New Year, and let's make it by winning some silverware.
All right.
Come on.
Cheers, guys.
Come on.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Thanks, Grandpa, as always. Good to have you
on. Let's start going through the guests. Let's get Alex on.
Hey guys.
Yes, Alex.
Hey,
How
Alex.
you doing, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good after that. Good 3-0 win. I was pretty confident going into this game, to be honest. I think the way Leeds play just suited us so much. Like, you can see how it's been a really weird season for Leeds, because they keep getting smashed or smashed teams and still get praise for it whenever they get smashed, which I find very weird.
I mean, Jose will play the football he does and win 3-0 and get slated, and Bielsa will play the football he does, lose 3-0 and get absolutely adored by everyone. It's crazy, isn't it?
Manager of the year, one of the runner-ups.
Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why? Because I can't.
No idea. Clearly, the managerial community really respect him. There's something in that. I think he creates a lot of the philosophies they use, but it's just crazy because his teams are reckless. I mean, when you're 3-0 down, right, and you're still leaving two men defending when they've got the ball attacking, you're leaving two men to defend. I mean, it's just reckless, really. It's asking for trouble. We're even 2-0 down. It's crazy. But anyway, enough about Bielsa.
In terms of the game, Alex, did the game kind of go the way you expected?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed at first because I thought we started really slowly, and I think you did start to see, those sort of, well, for me, those negative thoughts about, oh, is this going to be another one of those? But when the first goal, when we scored the penalty, I was like, oh, are we going to go for it now? And we did. We actually did go for it. It seems something clicked in the team, but potentially, Leeds. I really feel like we were always going to win this game, in my opinion, because of just how we play so well against really open teams. So, against tougher teams, would we have gone on and gone for the second goal? Who knows? We didn't last time against Wolves. So we had to win today, and we did that very convincingly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. The way Leeds played really did play into our hands, and I thought they were so poor in terms of in possession in their defensive third.
From the back.
They just gave us chance after chance. They gave us a lot of chances. We didn't even have to create the chances half the time, although we did. But would you say that we're going to have more to prove than just this game? Because I felt like, as you say, against better opposition like Leeds, Wolves and other teams, they're not going to leave as much space or make as many mistakes as Leeds did today. So would you say that despite the good performance and the good amount of chances we created, we need to prove it against better opposition than maybe today?
No, without a shadow of doubt. I mean, Leeds, that was some of the worst playing out for the back I've ever seen, to be honest. I mean, the amount of chances they gave us were ridiculous. I'd be fuming if I was a Leeds fan about that, because that's crazy. Yeah, but absolutely. I mean, we've got much tougher tests to come, but it's the old thing. I hate saying it, but you can only play against what's in front of you. And today we did that very convincingly. Can't really complain. I think it's those sorts of teams like the Wolves, even an Everton or something like that, where we really have to, those really solid Premier League mid-table to top 6 teams, where we have to actually start to show some balls, I suppose. Really, when we get that first goal, we just seem to really hide in our shell a bit and really detract from our attacking ability. But it's a weird one, because I want to be positive about today, because it's a great result. 3-0 against Leeds is a really good result.
Clean sheet as well was impressive, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think we defended really, really well at times. I think some players had quite rough games. Doherty, I think, is starting to become a worry, in my view. I think some people are saying he had one of the worst games he's had. I don't think he was shocking, terrible today, but I mean, he was pretty bad. I mean, to get a red card, you've got to be, reckless, don't you? Really?
In those first half, there were a couple of moments from him where he just gave the ball away quite loosely, weren't there?
Exactly. He made a couple of good defensive stops, but I think he is starting to become a worry and might not be the solution at right back. Which, I'm not going to lie, is anyone shocked by that? Because he's coming from a completely different system with nowhere near the amount. Well, he's got loads more defensive responsibility now, which he just did not have at Wolves. So I'm not shocked by it. I wonder if people at the club are shocked by it, because I'm really not. I don't think a lot of fans are shocked by it. So
when we signed him,
yeah, and to be fair to him, it's not. I don't really blame him in a way. I mean, for the red card, I do, because that's, you're getting 2 yellows, you're sent off. That's him who's running into those getting stuck into those challenges. But in terms of adapting to the system, it's going to take time. It is definitely going to take time, and we'll see it probably next season. But the worry is he's not a young player, really, is he, Doherty? He's 29, I think. 28, 29.
28.
28. So he's in the prime of his career, but he's adapting to a new system. I am just a bit worried about him. Aurier is going to be in now for the next couple of matches. I think it's Brentford he's suspended for. Doherty.
I think he will be suspended for Brentford. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they can compete for the right back spot in the following up games.
In terms of a few performances today, Stephen Bergwijn has polarised a lot of opinion today on social media in our comment section. Me and Sim both personally, I think we both believe he played well today without finishing his chances. What were your thoughts on him today?
I agree with you. I agree with you both. I think that he got into the positions. You know, he reminds me, actually. It was funny. I was thinking during the match when we signed Steven Bergwijn, people were saying that he's like a
Traore.
yeah, exactly, Dutch Traore, someone who's really strong but just can't finish his dinner for the life of him. And it seems that that's come to pass, really. And you know, it's tough because he does have so many opportunities that you just want him to score one of those, just to see, can he just get one and then go from there? But he just doesn't.
Build his confidence as well. I feel like he's a confidence player.
Exactly. But you can see he's got quality. Yeah, he's not someone we should be worrying about, especially he's still relatively young. So I think there's a lot more. 22, I think.
Yeah,
22.
No, he's 22 when he signed, so he's probably 23
now. Yeah. But you know, there's a lot more to come from him. I have criticised him because I do think, he was the one against Liverpool who missed two big chances. And yeah, you can't be doing that when you're playing for a club like Tottenham. You know, in the Premier League, you're going to be called out for that. So you know, it is a tough one, but I do think he got into the positions today which Mourinho would have wanted him to. Look, remember, Lucas was the one who's starting these games at the beginning of the league season and after Project Restart, and Bergwijn's replaced him. Lucas was Mourinho's favourite. Now Bergwijn's come in. I think it's probably the work rate is why. And so if he can just add the finishing ability, he'd be a great player.
All right, Alex. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time.
We got a super chat here. One sec from Gaffy's Thoughts THFC says Winks for Sissoko was a fantastic decision. Sim, your belief in Winks was justified today. Sad to see the abuse of Bergwijn on Twitter. I haven't seen the abuse personally, but I agree.
These people need to shut up, man. Enough with this abuse. I mean, we're all Tottenham, for God's sake. Just get behind the team, man.
I thought he played well. I'm sorry.
Get behind the team.
Honestly,
I've had enough of this.
We just need to support him because I think he's playing well. The goals will come if he keeps doing what he's doing. And, you know, as I was saying before the Liverpool game, he was doing a good job for the team. But the Liverpool game was actually, for me, a step in the right direction because he was getting in more goal-scoring positions. And if he keeps doing it, he's going to get the goals.
And he's clearly a confidence player, and he's not doing well in front of goal at the moment, which is a confidence thing. And you really think it's going to improve his confidence by bashing him on social media?
Of course not.
The guy clearly takes it into account as well. After the Liverpool game, he shut off his social media.
I agree. So I think we just need to support him. And I think if he keeps getting in these goal-scoring positions, he's going to start getting the goals. And once he does that, it's going to create a different element to our team. And it's going to be very good. We have some breaking news. If we can cut to my phone, if that's possible. Welcome, Pochettino. PSG have just announced Pochettino is the new manager. Why is this playing? Sorry, it's just loading now. I want to show you that it's quite a nice video that they posted on their social media accounts.
He's magic.
He is officially now the manager of PSG. For some reason, it's just not playing.
Just in time for the January transfer window.
Is this going to play? God's sake, Twitter. Twitter videos, by the way, is the worst. It never bloody plays whenever you want it to. It's really, really annoying. I don't know why it does this, but
either way, Pochettino has been announced as PSG manager.
Is it going to play? Why isn't it playing? So anyway, so bad. Twitter video. I hate it. It always happens to me. Anyway, that's the breaking news for you guys. Mauricio Pochettino is the new manager of PSG.
Who's going to be his first signing this January transfer window, do you reckon?
Well, if we can get the video playing, I'll get it back up. But yeah, I think his first transfer might well be someone from Spurs. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. So annoying. Why would it
let's go on to our next guest. Let's go. Yes, David.
How are you, lads?
David, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm happy out today. Good, delighted. Good win, and we're back.
We are back. Just before we get into it, what's going on with these trolls online, for God's sake?
Yeah, look, I haven't a clue. Look, it's, to be honest with you, it's always nice that someone wants to beat you. But look, I can assure you, there's not, and I have that you desire. You know, I'm sitting in a one-bed apartment. I make the best of what I can do. So I don't get it. But look, I'm going to look on the positive side. It's a compliment. But like, you know, if you do get anything or any hate or anything off them, just know it's not me.
Yeah. Of course. Moving back onto the game, some performances out there. Let's talk about Harry Winks and Ben
Let's
Davies.
start with
first of
Harry
all.
Winks, David. I want to start with him. Come on.
Yeah, right, Sim. To be honest with you, I'll give it to you. He had a good game. But look, I was right to criticise the players because the players executed the basics today, and look what happened. Do you know what I mean? We weren't tired. We got the rest during the week against Fulham. We were able to press higher up the field. Like, you know, everyone wanted to blame Jose. I was just trying to bring the attention that it wasn't Jose, it was the players. And today, Winks proved me wrong, and I said, like, this is why I call out the players. I want them to prove me wrong. I hope they're listening to me. I want to give them fire to go out there and prove me wrong. That's what I want, and it's worked. And just to be fair, today my focus is starting to shift onto Doherty now. So
Yeah, and he's your boy as well. He's your boy.
yeah, look, all I can say is, look, lads, it hasn't worked out. You know what I mean? Like, anytime we have signed Irish players in the before, bar maybe Andy Reid, you know, they've generally worked out. This one hasn't worked out. I don't think it is going to work out. He's been poor for our country as well. And Doherty, you need to get your acting gear.
Do you think it's the change of formation that's the biggest problem for Doherty? Or do you think it's a step up too much for him in terms of what's required from a club like Tottenham compared to Wolves?
To be honest with you, I thought it was the formation. I did say give him time because it is hard to transition from being a wing back to a full back. There's a lot more required of you. But look, I honestly starting to think it is the step up in class and what is required of him on a consistent basis. I think he struggles with that. And look, like you see it, like he's no composure on the ball. Do you know what I mean? He tends to give away a lot of sloppy passes. The sending off today was absolutely stupid. It was ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? But look, well, what can I say? I can't defend him, lads. I can't.
In terms of Steven Bergwijn, there's been a lot of polarised opinions on him. What do you make out of him today?
Look, lads, I sent you in a message during the game. I did say, look, my missus praises me for getting into all the positions, but ultimately it is the finish that matters, the grand finale. Do you know what I mean? But look, at the end of the day, what I will say is I actually thought he had a very good game today. I thought he had a good game. Like, on another day, he would have had a goal or two. Do you know what I mean? And look, it's just... Yeah, Annie won the penalty, exactly. And a great pass by Winks as well, Sim. So I'd say you were sitting there delighted. I'd say you were waiting for me to come on. But Bergwijn, yeah, no, I actually thought he had a good game. I thought he had a very good game. Like, but my whole issue was on Bergwijn. Like, he wasn't producing anything. At the time when I was criticising him, he wasn't getting into good attacking positions either. He was giving a lot of ball away. But since, like, the Liverpool game, yeah, look, he got into great positions and he could have won us the game. But because of the nature and what was at stake, and because we've been let down so many times before, unfortunately, the guy carried the brunt of it. Today, there's no need for the criticism. Leave Stevie B alone. Leave him alone. There's no need to start having a go. He got into the right positions. I actually thought he had a very good game today. And another day, we would have been sitting here praising him.
Yeah, if he keeps getting in those positions right, it's only a matter of time before the goals start coming for him. And clearly he's a confidence player. He relies a lot on his self-confidence. And if people are just digging into me every time, even when he does have a good game, it's not going to do well for anyone.
Yeah, 100%. Look, anyone that plays football, whether you play Astro or whether you play for your local side or higher, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, everyone knows, like, especially as a striker, a goal machine like myself, you know. So, like, pre-season, say, comes round, you're not hitting the ball right. Then you start to hit it right, but it's just not going. You get one, and then you carry on. All he needs is one goal. All he needs is that one goal to get the confidence back in him. And we're going to see the Stevie B that we've seen when he scored against United, when he scored against City, and he scored them big goals. And today is the start of a new year. It ends in one. We always win something most of the time when the year ends in one. And as well, like, all these players, hopefully now they're going to come together as one unit. They're going to focus and we're going to win something. We have the semi-final against Brentford Tuesday. I absolutely can't wait. I am pumped for that. And my belief never wavers. We are still in a title shot. We are 4 points off top. I've
Hi guys, we are back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but the computer that's running all this keeps going down.
Yeah, apologies for that, guys.
So
but
apologies.
hopefully we're back up now.
Let's
while we wait, can we just show this video? Is the phone working or not? Yeah. Is the phone working? Let's just show let's see if we can get this video now working. Here is the video PSG posted. There's Ronaldinho crossing it to Pochettino actually for it. This is the welcome video from Maurizio Pochettino to PSG. So welcome Maurizio. Hopefully he does well there, and glad that he's back in the football scene. It's been too long. So there you go. Yeah, we're back up and running. So if you do want all the goal members join the stream, you will be able to get on. But we're now going to get Josh on the stream. Hi, Josh.
Come on, you 3 points. Come on, you samosas.
We're eating samosas tonight, Josh. We're eating samosas.
It's been too long, man. It's been too long, man. My cholesterol's gone down. My diabetes has gone away. All my heart attacks that I had over the last 5 weeks watching Spurs have gone away. I feel great. I feel $1 million. And guys, seriously, like, Mourinho, what have you been doing for the last few weeks? That's all you have to do is put the team out to actually have a go. That's all we're asking for, the fans. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for Barcelona football. We're not asking for, doing 100 passes and trying to score. We're asking for the boys to attack, to actually take the game on. And if we went from, let's say, 4-4-2 to 4-2-4, which is what I feel we did today, because we had Ndombele and we had Bergwijn and we had Sonny and Kane and we had 4 players actually trying to score a goal, we found that actually we create a lot of problems for opposition defenses. They don't know what to do with Ndombele. They don't know that with Bergwijn's kind of smart trickery and, spreading defenses left and right. Sonny, obviously, game in, game out, you got to take your hat off to him. And obviously, Kane and Son can't do it alone, guys. Sonny and Kane can do it alone in moments, but they can't consistently for every game continue to just pull out magical performances like they have been doing for the last however many games. Now,
What's going on?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
There's a beeping noise.
Is that beeping noise coming from your end?
Guys, can you hear me?
There you go.
You're back now. You're back now.
Okay. So my point being that he's dropped with the players, Mourinho. I don't know what the hell was going on. Mourinho saying, I'm telling the players are saying, we're trying, whatever's going on. Today, hopefully, they all sit there tonight after the game and go, that's how we do it. That's the Spurs way. That's how we do it. We attack the game. We take the game to the opposition. Don't get me wrong. Leeds were wide open, guys. They were wide open today. The amount of mistakes they made, passing out the back, and we made some mistakes as well. And, some of the moments in the beginning, I'm thinking, guys, can't even get the ball out properly. Okay. But they were making a lot more mistakes than us, yeah? So we took advantage and we exploited the situation. So it was an easier game, but I'm just so happy that the boys finally took the game to the opposition. Seriously, any of us could be a manager these days. We've been saying that for 3 weeks. Take the game to the opposition.
Yeah, but the fact that Leeds were so open, didn't that just play into our hands a bit? And when you play against teams like Palace and Wolves, you have to be a bit more creative than today when we're just given loads of opportunities.
Do you know what it is, guys? And I agree with that. But this season is like no other season before. It's such an open season. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
Such an open season that you've got to remember that. Most seasons you get title runaway leaders. This time last year, Liverpool were 10, 11, 12 points clear, right? And Man City were up there. This season is what I would call an opportunity that comes once every few years, almost like the Leicester season. COVID's messed people's training systems and preparation up for players. You've had the transfer market a bit quieter. Money's not around as much as it was before. So this is the season where you say as a Tottenham manager, as a Tottenham fan, as a Tottenham player, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it and see what happens, right? Because this is the season where we might not get this next season because everything would have settled down again. So for me, I want to see the Spurs play even against Leicester. Palace, the goalkeeper had a worldie, so let's not be hard on the team, guys. Palace was, he was man of the match, right? You look, and they drew. They drawed and he was man of the match. You look at Leicester, complete dog poo. We didn't really go for it. Liverpool, we were great on the night, I felt, and we were just slightly unlucky with a few things here or there. And then you look at Wolves, and we didn't go for it again. A bit better than Leicester, but we didn't quite go for it. But finally today, the players are sitting there going, "Do you know what? We're good enough." They're obviously watching what the press say and obviously reading what pundits say. Every pundit, whether it's Jenners, Ferdinand, whoever it is, whether you like them or not, have all been saying the same thing all week: is Spurs are playing too defensive. Spurs are not going for it. And when one message is coming out the press, not 5 messages, one message, the players are going to read that. Even a 10-year-old would understand that message. So it looks like the players have read. Listen, if you're going to like your friend's Instagram posts, when your own colleague puts a post up, you're going to see other people's posts. You're going to be following other pundits and whatnot, right? Let's not pretend these guys live in a bubble. They don't. They're on social media all day long.
Yes,
and
especially the modern player, they all have social media accounts. They're all watching it.
They have got the message, which is to go out and play expansive football, and that's what I'm happy about. As well as the 3 points and all of that, they've finally got the message, which is this defensive, counter-attacking football can't work throughout the whole season.
Josh, what I want to know your opinion as a person who's usually very positive about all things Spurs. I want to know your opinion on what happened between Reguilon, Lo Celso, and Lamela. And
sorry, can you say that?
Sorry,
practically.
Hi, yeah, I just want to know your opinion on everything that happened before the game between Lo Celso, Lamela, and Reguilon. You know, having a Christmas party, it looks like, on Christmas, and now it looks like Lamela and Lo Celso both having positive tests. Reguilon being relegated to the bench today. What was your opinion on that whole situation?
You know what, and this is where look, there's 2 sides to the coin. We can't expect them to be robots, and we can't expect them to be normal people in society, because they're not normal people in society. They're footballers. They're paid above the average age by 10. They are glorified in the eyes of kids and young people and everyone. You know, people have pictures of them on their walls, so they're celebrities and they're role models, but they're human beings. Somewhere in between the human being and the role model, there's a balance to be had. They have crossed the line. They have crossed the line. It's not the first time a footballer's done this, and it probably won't be the last in COVID. But as a Spurs fan, I like to think my club's quite a traditional club in its values, in its ethics and morals. And I like to feel that most our players are role models. Your Kanes, your Sons, your Tobys, and so on, Lloris. So they've let the dressing room down, they've let themselves down, and they've let the fans and everyone else down. And now, because of COVID, they've even let the squad down in terms of tactics, availability, and you know, everything we're going to need going into the next couple of weeks. It's really sad. I think, you know, like with anything, you can't write players off. You've got to reprimand them. You've got to find them. And I think more important, you've got to sit down with them, have a man-to-man conversation and say, look, you've let your teammates down and you've let me down. You know, you're not available for selection. It's, you know, potentially there could be COVID that blasts out into the camp now because of 3 players. We don't exactly know their movements and who they've been in touch with. And if this blows out into a full-blown COVID, you know, 5 or 6, 7 players coming out with COVID positive, we'll never know the truth, whether it was through that group getting together or something else. So really, really annoyed. I mean, if that was Kane, Son, or Toby, or some of our senior players, I'd be sitting here absolutely distraught, because, you know, they've got away with it in a sense, because Lamela's only just been coming in, and Lo Celso has been injured, or he was carrying an injury. Reguilon's a shame because we need him. So no, guys, really annoyed. But I'm someone with the perception that these boys will learn from it. The rest of the squad will learn from it and take example from it, and they'll all stay at home. And you know, the British boys, you know, they probably appreciate the situation a bit more. You know, you look at Cavani with what he said, probably didn't mean it. Some of these other players from outside the continent, they sometimes maybe, you know, go with the flow a bit, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And you've got to have discipline in the camp, guys. So not happy. Not happy,
I think that there's evidence to that, the fact they posted it on social media and for everyone to see. So like that probably shows to me that either they don't really care about the rules, or they just didn't think they were doing anything particularly wrong. But either way, it's ridiculous.
I find with you know, other leagues, players tend to feel that it's a bit more of a relaxed environment, culture, society, little bit get away with it here or there, rules, certain things you say, the way you behave. And I feel society and culture is very disciplined. You know, we're a little bit more disciplined, I feel, in terms of the way we are. So, you know, a little bit of benefit of doubt in that sense. But come on, laws are laws, regulations, right? There's people dying out of that. I had my neighbour pass away recently, you know, and I know someone else who's parent passed away. So maybe these boys don't know what it's like to have someone or know someone who's passed away from COVID or who's in intensive care right now, surviving for every breath of their lives. You know, maybe someone needs to sit down and say, look, mate, you know, do you not watch Sky News? I mean, do you not watch the news, mate? What are you watching apart from, you know, being online playing video games? Are you not putting on Sky News and seeing what's going on? So it's annoying because it's not like a minor thing like that, a party and they're out on an international break. I mean, there's 1,000 people dying every day. Do you know what I mean? Without going off the point too much, these guys need a proper slap round the face, a verbal slap round the face.
Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely, well said. Just want to wish you a very happy new year. Obviously, the year ends in one, so we know what's coming this year, don't we, Josh?
Listen, we've got to use this as a trampoline to bounce back and get on form. Go to Villa and let's turn up, boys. Let's turn up with personality, character, right? And let's wear this shirt with dignity and with confidence, right? Not with fear, not with fear, not with like, oh, 1-0 and, you know, let's go and be explosive and expansive. And then people will start talking about us in a positive light again. So let's turn those tables. And today was the start of that. Happy New Year, boys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Always
a great guest. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers, Josh.
So it looks like that's it for the show today, I guess.
Is no one else coming on?
Is there anyone else in the back end? No. All right, so unfortunately, because of the screw up, well, not the screw up, the technical difficulties
I can hear someone.
Yeah, we can hear someone in the back end.
Oh, it's Josh. Okay.
All right, so looks like that is the end of the show today. Huh? Do you want to put it on?
You can put it in the chat maybe if someone wants to come on. Because we haven't really had many people. We only had Grandpa, David, and Josh.
Yeah, I know. Does anyone want to come on? Let me know in the chat, in the comment section. We'll leave it open for 5 minutes. If someone says they want to come on, I'll put the link in the comment section. Thomas Nation wants to come on. A few people want to come on.
Go on, I'll put it in the comments. Have a few people on before we end it.
Okay. All right, just give me a sec, guys.
Let's look at this. 1 sec. All right, while we wait, we'll look at these tweets. Here's a tweet here from the Spurs web displaying Højbjerg's impressive performance against Leeds. 13 recoveries, 75% pass accuracy, 90 minutes played, 11 duels won, 4 tackles and 2 interceptions. So good stuff there by Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Let's see if some other tweets. Let's see who won the Tottenham man of the match. So I'm going to go Harry Kane for my man of the match, and Son won the man of the match.
I think Son probably deservedly won
Harry
man of the
Winks
match
is
today.
also up for it as well.
I'm surprised Højbjerg's not in there.
Yeah, because I thought Højbjerg has played really well.
All right, guys, the link is there now, pinned to the chat. So if you guys want to come on, then click the link, and we'll have a conversation with you about the game, give you your chance to give your views on the game. 2-0 to Palace now, apparently.
2-0 to Palace. No, 1-0.
That's what just someone said in the comments. Yeah, it's 2-0. Eze.
So they're about to score just before half time.
Ebereche Eze puts them 2-0 up. Do we have guests?
We have someone. Hello.
Oh, hello, my friend. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. Wishing you a very happy new year to the both of you.
Happy New Year to you as well. Happy New Year. We're finally in a year that ends in 1, which is historically lucky for Spurs. Are we going to get over the line this year?
Yes, I think so. So, I mean, this performance, it was really required after the loss against Liverpool and then Leicester. So this is a performance. I think Leeds were the perfect game for us to prove that we still got it. And it is going to be very interesting what's going to happen against the Aston Villa game.
Do you think today the win was down to how well we played, or was it down to how Leeds were kind of playing out the back and giving us chances after chance?
Honestly, the way Leeds play, and if you look at Marcelo Bielsa's press conferences, he's like, we are going to play the same way. So it is a perfect example or a perfect setup for us to win the game. And I think Leeds were way too open for us to create those chances. And it was a good work for us. And I think none of our defensively nor the midfield they were much stressed. So and that's why I think Mourinho went on to play or start with Harry Winks rather than Sissoko. So that is the reason I think. Yeah, it's a good win. I am very happy with it. But I think Leeds are set up. I mean, they're the perfect team that for us to play.
To play, yeah.
So I think that was the case today.
Yeah, I agree with that. In terms of two players who kind of split fans' opinions big time, or not even split fans' opinions, but a lot of people kind of berate these two players in Ben Davies and Harry Winks. How did you feel they did today?
Honestly, Ben Davies was very solid today. And again, Harry Winks, I think you're having a debate at whether Harry Winks is player for Spurs or not. Today, I think there was nothing much to prove for Harry Winks. It was not much of a challenge. He did his job. But the fact remains that I would like to question people or ask that whether Harry Wing is a first team player for any of the top 7 or 8 teams. Will any of them pay money and buy Harry Winks to play them in the first 11? Which I don't feel they will. Harry Wing is a good passer, yeah, but he passes horizontally. That's the problem. He doesn't penetrate. He is not a creator, and physically, he is not at the level of Sissoko. So I don't think where Harry Winks fits in our team. Also, if I want to go on how Spurs set up and how we need to create more chances and kill off games, we need both of our creative players, Ndombele and Lo Celso. But if one of them is not there, I don't think Harry Wing can replace either of them. So that is not the case. So he's a good player. He does his job, but do I want to have him in my team? I don't think so. That is my opinion.
Okay, and in terms of the general play today, who was your man of the match?
Today, I was actually very happy with Højbjerg, how he played. How he, people were saying, you can see that Kane, Son, they're good. Even Bergwijn, he really turned up today. First I'd like to speak about Højbjerg because today he just had the Leeds player in this pocket. The way he reads the game, his positioning in the field is so good. It's like that he knows where he has to be. He's always there at the right place at the right time. And for Bergwijn, he has really, really worked hard. His work ethic was spot on today. What I do feel about Bergwijn is he needs to get his finishing back. That is where he's lacking. And again, I think Mourinho is going to play Bergwijn a lot, and he will get the chances the way we are set up, and he needs to finish those off.
A lot of people in the comment section saying Bergwijn let us down today. What would you say to them?
No, I don't think so, because they should actually watch how Bergwijn worked for the team. He really worked hard. He was involved in the games. It's not that like if you see the games in like Liverpool or and all, Bergwijn, yeah, he had chances, and I think the previous 2-3 games where he played, he was only having a few touches. He was not at all involved in the game. Today, he not only worked hard, he was involved. He was actually, and if you see, people will say it was Spurs is all about Son and Kane. They pass to each other and how we operate. But today, even Kane was bringing Bergwijn into the game. Plus, if you see the penalty, it was Bergwijn. And the penalty, when Harry Kane had the ball, he had the chance to pass the ball either to Bergwijn or to Son, and he chose to pass Bergwijn because Bergwijn was in a better position. So offensively as well as defensively, it was a much improved performance, and I don't think he let us down. Yeah, he may be lacking confidence and what happened on the social media, but he is trying. He is coming back, and I think it's a good sign. It's just that he, in terms of his finishing, he needs to get his shooting boots really on, and he the way he played in when he came to Spurs, like against Man U, against Manchester City last season, he was a good finisher. he needs those back, and we need him to score. And also, like for the last 2-3 sessions, I could not join. But what I wanted to say, my message is that Spurs, is we all know Spurs is little bit defensive, or people may say, yeah, they're more defensive. So if we assume that we're going to play like this the whole session, or how we're going to approach it, and how the idea of Mourinho this is the idea of Mourinho going forward. What I feel like is defensive work is really hard. It tires you off, and it is you can't switch off for any second. And like for the game against Liverpool, or any other games, like we would create less chances, and we have to be very clinical about it. So in that aspect, we need to really be, taking all our chances that we're getting.
Yeah.
Today it was a very open game, but and it is going. I'll be very, very, excited to see how we play against Aston Villa. Again, Villa is an attacking side. It's going to be very interesting. But again, like today, we didn't shut shop. I don't want us to shut shop. That is not how we work, because it's not that we are very defensive minded. We can attack and we can cause trouble. Like against Liverpool in the second half, we caused trouble when we attacked.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should get. Maybe in the last press conference, Jose Mourinho said he wants his players to attack. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. We don't know that. But we want to see consistency in our approach.
All right. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Coming on, mate.
Yeah. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Happy New Year once again. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Let me just read a quote, the full quote from Mourinho regarding Steven Bergwijn. He was asked about Bergwijn missing big chances, and he says, "Yeah, we need him to score goals. Of course, we know he has the ability to do that. If you go back 1 year, his first match, and he scored an amazing goal, we know he has the ability to do that. He's accumulating also physical problems. I don't know if you could see, but even in the last 10 minutes, he was touching his groin and he was touching his adductor. He's having problems that are stopping him now and again from training properly and at high intensity, so he's suffering a little bit. But of course, he's he gives very good things to the team. I believe the goals will arrive if his condition improves."
Very interesting.
So that's what Mourinho is saying. He's saying injuries preventing him from getting to his best. And I believe if Bergwijn keeps getting to positions he is, the goals will come. And
We've seen the qualities that he has.
I think he links up well
it.
with Kane and Son as well. I think he looks sharp when he's linking up with them. And look, he has qualities. I think people just got to calm down.
Even with his missing chances, he's still in our best front three.
I think so at the moment. So I think people are going way too overboard by this crazy criticism. Yeah, we all want him to score the chances he gets, and yeah,
it's just too reactionary.
Yeah, but why are you abusing him? Why are you sending abuse? What kind of person are you that you have to send abuse to a young player when he wins a penalty and doesn't score a couple of chances in a 3-0 win? I mean, something has to be going wrong in your life if you're doing that, because this is a player who needs encouragement. He needs the support of the fans, and he will improve, and he clearly has quality. So these stupid people
don't send abuse to one of your own. It just doesn't make sense.
Doesn't abuse to anyone, but especially that.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, and it really gets on my nerves. But
all right, let's get our next guest on, Edward.
Or Ariel.
Edward's gone. Yes, Ariel. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, guys. How are you?
Yeah, nice. I'm doing good. Especially after that 3-0 win. Happy New Year to you, by the way.
Happy New Year to you guys too.
2021. It's going to be a good year this year, hopefully. But in terms of the game, how do you feel it went today?
It went really great. I just thought we're gonna do exactly what we did. Obviously, I think defensively we were better than Leeds anyway before the game. So I thought we were gonna do well in that. It was just a matter of whether all the chances we were gonna get, whether we could score them, and that's what we did. And once we scored the first goal, I thought we were gonna run riot, because Leeds is just that type of team that let you go on and on. And once you get the chances, you just have to bury them. And we saw it against United. This is what United did to them. Once they just fell behind, and then with the quality of the better team, I think they can't just handle it.
So you think the win today was more down to how open Leeds were and how they were playing out from the back instead of how well we actually played today?
Exactly. And also I thought the tactics from Mourinho was just spot on because, with Leeds, I think once you just better defensively, I think you just a better team against them. You just have to make sure you don't give them those chances that they can do because with the way they play, obviously they go in for man to man marking. So once you just can get away, one of their player always gonna get away from that. We have Son, we have Kane, so they were always gonna get away from the one-to-one marking. So once we get away from that, it was just a matter of whether we could score. And once we got the first goal, I thought we can get another one because they're gonna leave space behind because they're trying to get back into the game. They're gonna leave the spaces behind, and with Son running in behind them, I think it's unstoppable. They weren't gonna get anything out of the game. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm really glad we're back into this because after the few last result, it was really needed. Really.
Yeah, do you think
Tell me about
do you think Spurs deserve a bit more credit today in terms of the way we defended? Because even Leeds against the better sides, they still get a lot of chances. Usually get a lot, even though they concede a lot of goals. Against Man United, they scored 2 goals and got loads of chances. Could have even got 3 or 4 in that game. I was watching that game. Oh, that was fault. In other games, even though they've been battered, they do get chances and goals. But today, they didn't really get too many chances to score. So do you think we deserve a lot more credit for that?
100%. And do you know what? I've been listening to people and fans been criticizing the tactics over the last few games. But listen, we've been conceding through set pieces. And then it was just like one of the unlucky games that we've been having. It's just like we get one set pieces and just the lack of concentration and we concede. It's not like we've been giving team 10, 15 chances to be scoring goals. We haven't been bad at all. It's just, sometimes you just go through this period where you just lacking maybe just lack of concentration and then you just concede. Unlucky. Against Wolves, I personally don't think Wolves had chances after chances. It's just, lack of concentration, last 5 minutes of the game, and then we concede. Same thing against Liverpool, which was the best team as well. Listen, one last set pieces, last minute, and we concede. And this is what it was. And today, I wasn't worried about that because I know Leeds is not that good in set pieces anyway. And then I just knew that once we can get away from that one-to-one marking was going to be great. And the tactics from Mourinho, I thought it was going to work on Leeds because Leeds is just one of them teams where if you're good defensively and you can just counterattack them, you can just carve them open easily.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be space in behind that Leeds defense.
100%, yeah. And
go on.
And yeah, I was just going to say, I thought our tactic throughout the season hasn't been bad. I just think we've been unlucky from few times. Obviously, I'd like us to attack more. Obviously, I want that, but we have to understand that what have not worked for us in the past with Pochettino and all that, it's been because we've been too naive. We've just been attacking and forgetting that the game also needed to be defended. So this is what hasn't worked out. And people been crying out for title. Yes, you got a guy who can win your title, but you have to believe in what's happening. We're going to get games where obviously we may concede here and there, but it's all about the process. The guy is only 1 year in the job. So he has to work with the player he's got. He has to implement the tactics. And people have to understand that sometimes we're not going to have the ball, but it's when we get the ball, what we can do with it. This is what's the most important thing for people to understand. And it's only 1 year in, and I can already see this team. Listen, we're in the top 4. This guy took over a team that was 14th, probably lacking in confidence, and the player were probably not playing as well. Now we're talking about Kane and Son being the 2 best striker in the world, and it was only a year ago we weren't in that position. So we have to take things, and we could be in the final of a cup as well, like in 2 days. So people have to calm down. We have to understand that it's whole process. We're in a 1 year process with this manager. I 100% believe he's going to deliver a trophy in this club, and I 100% believe if he get the player, the Premier League, he's going to win the Premier League with this team. I 100% believe that. It's just I've been calm. You look at the games we've been dropping points here. It's just been few laps of concentration. It hasn't been big of a thing. It's not like the people been getting chances after chances and then we just been playing poorly. It's not. It's just one lack of concentration and then we just let it go. But I know it's going to improve. And especially we've been talking about adding another centre back. We added one quality centre back. Probably that's the last probably thing we needed, and then he's just gonna click. So I'm not that worried, to be honest. And then I know obviously better things will come for Tottenham.
All right, absolutely brilliant. Cool. Thank you for calling in. Hopefully, we'll get to hear from you again.
Yeah, 100%, man. Thank you guys. Thanks
for coming on. Thanks for coming on. And a big happy new year to you as well.
You too, guys. Enjoy.
Nice.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
Yeah, and I think he's absolutely right when he talks about all the times we've dropped points have been very fine margins. Like only the West Ham game have we had more than a 2-goal lead. Sorry, more than a 1-goal lead, giving it away. And I think teams will see how we defended this season, and going later into the season, if we do get 2-goal leads, that's going to make teams disheartened against us. I think. Because I think we have defended really well, and it's just
about getting that second goal.
That's the thing. That's the problem that we've had, is getting that second goal to kill the game off. But whenever we had, usually it's been pretty positive. So I agree. I think we just need a few tweaks. There's nothing major wrong. We just need a few tweaks, and we can get something better. But,
all right, let's go on to Donovan. Yes,
Hi,
Donovan. How you doing, mate?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Happy New Year from Canada.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thanks for calling in. What did you make out of the game today?
Well, it was great to start off the new year with 3 points, obviously. Yeah. This is the game that stood out to me. I watched the first game against Liverpool for Leeds, and Patrick Bamford, honestly, I think he had the best game, as he could have. I can see why you don't rate him. But Matt Doherty, man, I don't know. I called way from the beginning that new position change, new system, but I think this game kind of proved it, that he just has that aggression, but he doesn't have that mentality. That, I don't know, it's a right back curse we've had since Trippier, right? And so, but other than that, we played pretty solid. Leeds played into our hands. They kept coming, and we've gotten behind. And I don't know. I think we need to play our fringe players a bit more. I wish Vinicius gone on a bit earlier there, especially when Kane went down with holding his knee. That was kind of sketchy.
I think everyone's heart stopped then when he went down, and then in the same shot, Son went down as well.
I know, right? So, but at the same time, though, I'm going to trust Mourinho. I was a bit dodgy there after the Liverpool result when it was we couldn't seem to get the break, and as Simon said, we were due for a red card, and that came around. So, but all in all, happy with the 3 points. Pushes on to the semis. We should do well there. And we finished top 4, win a trophy, and I think that'll be a good season.
Is it impossible to have any more ambitions above top 4, or do you think that we've dropped too many points already? Or do you think the fact that everyone's dropped too many points means that we are still in there?
No. With Liverpool, with Van Dijk out, and I don't know if Gomez is out for the rest of the season. And the way everyone's been dropping points, this season is wide open. But as a club and as some target ambitions, like, I would obviously take the Premier League. I mean, everyone would, but we're in a drought for a trophy. I think I haven't even supported Spurs since we won a trophy. I started supporting in 2014, so I haven't even seen a trophy in Tottenham colours, and we need that, even if it's the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. Let's get something. But top 4. No, a Champions League with the club of our stature, with the money that we're putting into it, and a new stadium. We need to be in the Champions League, and I think that's why.
Would you accept winning a trophy without Champions League football for next season?
If that trophy was a Premier League Cup, then, well, actually, that's Champions League. If that trophy, well,
I guess if that trophy is Europa League, that means Champions League as well.
Yeah, right. So I don't really know how that would work. I mean, maybe
just a Carling Cup or an FA Cup and finishing outside the top 4.
I don't know. Yeah. Actually, I would, because Europe. I mean, at least it's Europe. I was so gutted when we lost that game against Madrid. I mean, in Madrid against Liverpool. Yeah. That was one hell of a run, and good luck to Mauricio and Paris. But we need to see the back of care. As what's his name? Expression says, we need to see our captain's armpits, right? We need to see him holding a trophy up there, hey? So, but all in all, though, actually, if I could touch on that, Mauricio, it's probably a lifeline he actually has us, because we can get rid of some of our deadwood that he rates those players we don't like.
I mean, I can see Dele Alli going there, but I'm not sure how many other players he would take from us. I think the rumours are he could be going in for Hugo Lloris.
Maybe we'll take Sanchez.
And Hugo Lloris has famously said when Pochettino left, or just before Pochettino left, saying that he will follow Maurizio anywhere he goes.
He said that right at the peak of Poch.
Right.
He didn't say that just before he left.
So that was Hugo Lloris, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is 34. He's not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a shame to see Ali, because ever since that Crystal Palace goal, I saw him at MK Dons, but I really expected a lot more out of him. He's still quite young in his career. I think Jose has been a little harsh on him, in my opinion. He definitely needed a wake-up call. He was kind of Dapper's pet there for a bit, and Mauricio kind of let him go along with anything. And you saw in the documentary right away that Jose put him kind of in his place. He's like, you're lazy at training and this and that. But I think time's gone long enough. But I trust Jose. He's resting the fringe players. The title race isn't a sprint; it's a marathon. In the last third half of the season, when all these other teams are going to be falling, stumbling, and gasping, our fringe players are going to come through, I think. And let's get a trophy and come on, you Spurs, eh?
All right,
nice come on, you Spurs. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Really appreciate it. Where are you calling from?
Canada. Canada. Yeah.
Nice. I appreciate your support, man. Thank you for coming on.
All right, thanks for the work you guys do. Bye-bye.
Right.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye, mate.
We've got a few super chats to go through. So there's Loves Music says, "Hey guys, happy New Year! Very good win today. What's your thoughts on Roden? Would it be better to loan him this month?" I would say no, because I think we might need him at some point.
We're definitely going to need him.
So I would say, especially seeing as Mourinho doesn't fancy Sanchez, he's next in line. So although right now he's not getting too much game time, I think second half of the season, especially with him being back in the Europa League squad, we're going to see more game time from him. I wouldn't loan him out.
Well, it's actually an interesting one with the Europa League squad, because we needed to take someone out to put him in. Do we not?
Yes, I guess. No. No, because he didn't miss out because it was too full. He missed out because...
Yeah, but it was too full.
He missed out because he signed too late.
Yes, I know that, but it was still too full.
I have to see. I guess we might have to take someone out, but I'm sure there's... I don't know. Maybe there will be someone available to take out. I guess it was too full. Yeah, you're right, because Jedson and Gazaniga, both of them couldn't make it. I guess we'll get him back in, though. Sukram Butt says, Leeds just hype, nothing less. Too many misplaced passes, not taking anything away from our boys, but this was easy. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, I think he has a point there. I think Leeds did make it easy for us. And there's another super chat from, it was written in Korean here. I'm not really sure how to say that, but it says, I'm very, very happy today. Happy New Year. Come on, you Spurs. Appreciate that. So yeah, those are the super chats for you guys. And also, Maurizio Pochettino has a cup final in 11 days' time. So he can break his trophy drought pretty sharpish as soon as he he's being pointed now. So he's got, in 11 days, he can win his first trophy and get that monkey off his back, which is good for him. Do we have any more people in the back end? Let's get, who's it, Charlie? Hi, Charlie. All right, mate.
Charlie, THFC. How's it going, mate?
Yeah, good to be on again. Brilliant win today. I'm very pleased.
In terms of the win today, do you reckon we played very well today, or was it Leeds who kind of opened the doors for us today?
I think a bit of both. I think you can't take credit away from the way we played. I thought we looked a lot more sharper. I think maybe the Fulham game being postponed might have been a blessing in disguise for us, because you could see at the Wolves game how knackered we looked, especially our key players and stuff. And I think, yeah, as I said, a bit of both. I think Leeds, some bad mistakes, especially our third goal, their keeper. Normally keepers have the game of their life against us, but not today. And as well, both goals, penalty, probably just inside the box. I know a Leeds fan, actually. He told me that wasn't a penalty, but I think it was just inside the box. Mm-hmm. And Kane and Son again, what can I say? Just as they're always doing, it's like routine for them, just linking up, scoring goals, assisting each other. So, but look, Leeds, they definitely played into our hands. I thought going into this game, I knew that if we were to win, I thought we would win quite comfortably, because you look at the pattern of Leeds this season. When they win, they tend to batter teams. When they lose, they tend to get battered. So I guess it evens out there. So I think, yeah, we needed to get that win either way because we were on terrible form in these last 4 games. And I'm happy the fact that I'm hoping that we can take this forward because from what I saw today, we learnt from the mistakes last time in terms of sitting on a 1-goal lead. And I was just hoping that we have to learn from these mistakes because they're going to keep coming back and costing us. But today, we killed off the game. We probably could have had more goals. I think Bergwijn had a couple of chances today. But I think, yeah, convincing win, clean sheet, back to winning ways. And I think, yeah, hopefully West Brom tonight can help us against Arsenal.
We're not really helping us, just
no.
amusement.
Yeah, just amusement, innit?
Yeah, we can watch. I'll put our feet up and watch that later. But in terms of Harry Winks, he's now started the last 3 games. I'm not sure whether he would have started against Fulham or not, but he has started the last 3 games against Stoke, against Wolves, and today. Do you see him getting a run in the side in that central midfield position next to Højbjerg? Or do you expect Sissoko to come in the next few games and reclaim that spot?
It's an interesting one, that, because for me, I've been similar to what David is. We've both been very big critics of Winks this season. I think I've said for a long time that he's not good enough. But I have to say, fair play. Same with Ben Davis. I thought them two were good today. I thought, look, Davis was probably in because of the whole incident that happened with Reguilon, Lo Celso and Lamela. But I think on Winks, yeah, I could understand the selection in a way. I thought that the way in terms of we needed quick transitions on the counter and stuff. So I could understand him ahead of Sissoko because, Sissoko, he can't pass. So I think with Winks, he can pass, whether it's sideways, but he can still he still has a much better passing accuracy than Sissoko. So I think I could understand it, but I was a bit worried about the physicality in terms of up against Calvin Phillips. I think Klitsch as well. I thought maybe Sissoko would be a better fit, but I guess I was proved wrong, and I'm very happy that I was proved wrong. And I think him getting a run in the team, I think, look, it's one good game. I think, yeah, he had a good game against Stoke, but I think if he wants to sort of cement a place in this team, he needs to become consistent. And I think I'm not going to get carried away personally because it's one game, and I think. But look, I just hope he can improve, and maybe we'll see him against Brentford. I'm not sure how many changes will be made against Brentford because it's a semi-final. We have to take it extremely seriously. But yeah, look, Winks, I have to put my hands up. I've criticised him a lot. Great performance today, but I'm not getting carried away. He needs to be more consistent, hopefully.
We've got a super chat here, but I guess we can put it to you as well. It's from Anik Chakrabarti. He says, sorry lads, forgot to ask, what do you guys make of Doherty so far? And I'll put that to you as well, because obviously a red card today late in the game rules him out. I'm not sure if it rules out the Brentford game or our next Premier League game. I think the rules used to be a domestic competition roll over, but for some reason
I think it still is, because remember Martial's red card against us, he missed the Carling Cup game, so I think it still is that rule. But in terms of you going to ask me about Doherty, I'll be completely honest, when we signed him I was excited because I saw what he did at Wolves last season, but again, just underwhelming, you know what I mean? I thought he wasn't terrible, but he was just average, you know what I mean? I think again, I know Aurier, we haven't seen him since that brain dead mistake against Leicester, but I think Aurier is probably still ahead of him in the pecking order. It's just, the red card was silly today. I thought probably a soft foul at the end, but it's still a yellow. You're still going to get booked for that in the modern game. So I think, it's going to be one game. I think Aurier probably might have played anyway against Brentford, to be honest. But I think, look, I'm underwhelmed by Doherty. I think it's been disappointing so far. But at the end of the day, he's adjusting back into a right back. He hasn't played at right back for about 10 years until this season. So I think that's still part of it. But at the end of the day, how long does he need to adjust to get his fitness right? So I'll be honest, I'm quite disappointed by him, but I still have a little glimmer of hope that it will come good. I do.
I feel like Doherty, we don't play to his strengths.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it doesn't seem like he has the physicality to play that role that Aurier plays for us. He just doesn't have that physicality to get up and down like Aurier does.
His main strengths were getting in the box at the back post and making
runs into the box.
Exactly, and making a real effect in the final third. And in terms of what we require, he's not going to be doing that. That's the truth. He's just not going to be able to make those runs into the area because we don't require our fullbacks to be in the area.
He seemed to be a lot more aggressive at Wolves than he is now.
Because he can be, because he's got the protection behind him. He can't really afford to be at Spurs when he's kind of, if he loses possession, they've got a free run on that wide area, whereas when he was playing for Wolves, they could always have a centre-back come over and cover that position and still have a back four.
But even when we have played a back three and Doherty's played that wing-back position, I still haven't been impressed.
I think he's looked better personally, but I haven't been impressed. You're right. I haven't been impressed, but I think he's looked better than he has in the back four.
Yeah,
for
but
me.
still, it's neither here nor there, really.
Yeah. But again, even when he play a back three, I don't think we play to his strengths because he doesn't do what he did for Wolves.
I think as well. I'll just add a point there on Doherty. I remember when the first time we played him in the back three was against Antwerp in the home game in Europa League, and I thought then we didn't feed him the ball enough. I thought he could have gotten the ball more against Wolves. Not against Wolves. I'll get onto that in a sec. But against Antwerp, I thought we weren't playing to his strengths. But however, against Wolves, I thought he was on the ball a bit more, and I thought he looked a little bit better against Wolves than what he has done overall this season. But I think there's still a lot of work for him to do, and I'm just starting to question: how long are we going to have sort of this problem at right back? Because we've had it since Carl Walker's left. And I remember actually someone I was just speaking to someone after Carl Walker left, and they actually said at the time they believe we're going to have a problem at right back for a number of years to come. I'm just hoping, is this guy actually going to be proved right? Because
I think already, he has been proved right, to be fair.
Yeah, we have a consistent problem. I think Aurier at the moment, I think it's, this season he's had a good season, although that stupid penalty he gave away.
Yeah, he's had a couple of moments, like there was the penalty and West Ham. I thought he cost us against West Ham, but apart from those games, and the thing is with Aurier as well, his overall game I feel has been better than Doherty's. He's obviously got more pace. He's been getting up and down a lot better, and he's more aggressive. However, with one thing, I think probably the only thing, to be honest, that Doherty has ahead of Aurier is that Doherty doesn't commit these silly fouls in and around the box, and isn't as capable of giving away a stupid penalty. So look, I think the fact that Aurier.
Yeah, got a red card. He's given away 2 or 3 penalties this year as well.
They weren't his fault. They're all that. That stupid handball rule that's luckily been removed now. I believe it is, or it's been changed. I don't know.
Reinterpreted.
Yeah, but I don't think they. I think there was one even against Maccabi Haifa. Yeah, and even against Southampton. So it happened a lot to us at the start of the season. But yeah, hopefully Doherty can come good, because I was a really big fan of his at Wolves. Honestly, he was. As soon as they came up, really, I liked the look of him. I was like, if Trippier leaves that season, we could definitely get him. And now we've got him. I think for me as well, it's been disappointing, to be honest.
Exactly. All right, well, be careful what you wish for, Charlie.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're third in the league now, Charlie. Obviously, before anyone plays, but most people on the same games played now. We're third in the league. What do you see? Looking forward now, we've got that kind of winless run out of the way. We're back to winning ways. Are you confident now going forward into the games ahead that we can really push going up, or are you still looking behind you?
I think the fact we've got that win over the line today, I think will give confidence in the team. You could see that after we got the third goal, we were pushing. We could have had a couple more goals, and we looked confident, which is what I was just wanting to see. I wanted to see us have a bit of sort of confidence about us, and that's what we showed today. So I think, look, I know we've got 2 cup games, but our next game in the league is Aston Villa. Honestly, they've been very good this season. I think that'll be a tough test away from home as well. Our away form has dropped off massively lately, considering how good it was at the start of the season. We won like 4 out of 4, and now we haven't won since. What was the last away game we won? I can't even remember
West
now.
Brom, I think.
Yeah. West Brom.
Wow, that was like early November. So it just shows you. So I think a win against Villa will definitely help as well. In fact, we can get back to winning ways away from home as well. But I think Villa will be a tough test. But in terms of moving forward this season, I think, there was all this title talk sort of earlier on in the season. I think obviously it's been rescinded a bit with these last 4 results. But I think, of course, mathematically we're still in it. We're still in it, only 4 points behind Liverpool. And even if they do beat Southampton on Monday, we'll have a game in hand anyway. So, yeah, I think we're still up there, and I think we just got to see how it goes, to be honest. I don't want to see any of our fans get completely carried away, and I don't want to see any of our fans sort of get too negative either. So I think you just got to take it how it comes, and hopefully the year ends in 1 this year. So, yeah, hopefully this is our year at last.
All right, Charlie. Thanks a lot for coming on. Hopefully we'll get to speak
to you
soon.
Cheers, guys.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Spurs.
We've got another super chat here from Bob Barrage. Says, sick and tired of the deadwood crosses from Davis puts in. He really needs to work on this, as it's the same old story with him. His crossings haven't been great, Davis, has it? It's been okay. I think he's not a terrible crosser, but he's just an average crosser. Like 1 in 4 will be a decent cross.
I don't want to hear any Davis slander.
But he's
today.
been good today.
He's played really well today,
and
he's played really well the last 2 games as well. So
I agree.
There's no need for that.
I agree. I think he's. There's Pochettino.
He's looking good, isn't he?
Oh, let's see if I can get that up. That's just a nice little video. If I can get that up on 1 sec. I don't know if you'd be able to hear it, to be honest, but let's see if I can get this video up. Can we get this up? There's Pochettino introducing himself to the PSG fan. I don't know if you can hear it, but he's probably speaking French anyway. That's where he used to play. Look how happy he is. I'm so happy for him, Pochettino. He's back at PSG. He's back in management. And he's spent way too long on the game. I really hope he does well. I really do hope he does well. And
he will do well. I have no doubt in my mind.
He wins loads of trophies and he proves everyone wrong, or all the doubters wrong, because he deserves
Are there
it.
doubters? I think everyone's going to think he's going to do well there.
Yeah, there are all these stupid United fans who think, well, he's better than him and things like that.
I think there's probably a 1 or 2.
No, it's more than you think.
Is there?
There's more. Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't really read Twitter a lot these days.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But anyway, that is the end of our fan show today. Tottenham.
No, okay.
Yeah, Tottenham 3, Leeds 0. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. Sorry for the technical difficulties halfway through, which we lost more than half of our viewers and half of our guests as well. So we'll have better luck next time. One more super chat
before we run out is from Bob Bargy again. He says, Winks, Bob Barrage, not Bargy. Winks does nothing except run and hoover up. Why are you just doing slander on our players? I don't understand. He says, Winks does nothing except run up and hover around the opposition player without putting a tackle in. Always a waste every game. Look, Winks had a good game today. I think he's played well recently. So, look, there's no need to slander some of these players. I think they've done well. And, yeah, they might cost us in future games. We'll have to wait and see. But recently they've done well. So, I think no need for the slander today.
Yep.
All right, but yeah, let's do it.
All right, thank you very much for everyone for joining us today. Happy New Year to all you guys out there. Let me just remind you just one more time that the year ends in 1, so hopefully a trophy is on the way. Well done to Tottenham today, 3-0 winners. We've started the year as we mean to go on. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.